let's stop the bullshitting. Let's get this underway. I know it's common sense, but it's not common sense for a lot of you motherfuckers. You gotta wash your turkey, alright? We're starting out, it's a 15-pound turkey. This shit been thawing out for almost, gotta say, well over a day. Temp is not that bad. You always inspect your turkey way before you it even makes it to the seasoning process, because you don't know what you got. It could have cancer, a whole bunch of cancer in it. The meat could be bad, all of that. And you don't want that. You don't want that. So, and of course, the sink has been cleaned and it's been sanitized, and it'll be clean and it'll be sanitized again after this is complete. Because you don't want a whole bunch of turkey juice and poultry all over the place, especially in the place of doing your dishes. So you wanna make sure your sink is completely sanitized. Let's see if we got the goodies in there, which is like the giblets, the turkey neck, all that good stuff. They generally put it in a bag, and I'm not gonna open that bag up right now, but you can make a good dressing with this stuff, or you can feed it to your dog. If you love your dog like that, got the turkey heart in there, got the turkey, well, yeah, liver in there. Where the neck at? Neck is right there. That's good turkey neck meat. Could be used for bone broth or anything like that. Even more seasoning. This right here, a lot of times people will use that. For a turkey this size, it should take anywhere from 3 to 3.5 hours, maybe more. Off rip, keep it covered, man. For the people that use bags and all that, that's not necessary. But if you don't got a pan to cover it, or you're not covering it with foil, shame on you. Your bird's gonna be dry. Some people use a syringe to like inject it, infuse it and all that. That's not necessary, or to put seasoning in there. Clearly you see I got the seasoning base in here with the oil so it don't stick. I always say never trust a non-stick pan, using whether it be butter and oil or a mixture of both. These birds are big as is, and they inject them with that saline solution unless you get that 100% natural bird, which I concur and ask you to do respectfully. But yeah, I'm show you how to wash it. It may have feathers on it, of course. Yeah, it has feathers. This is a pretty clean bird, man. And you want to get all up in the cavity and all that good stuff. You want to get all up in there under the wings. Give it a nice bath with warm water and inspect it. Some people spatchcock it. They'll either cut out this back section right here and they'll cook it on a flat pan. I did a Lillys Lab with my Lily on that a long time ago. And like I said, some people put it on the grill. That was the business. That particular brand that we got the last time. I'm funny when it comes to turkey because I never really liked turkey 100%. It's an acquired taste because a lot of these new birds, they be jacked up on hormones and it tastes really gamey. I'm not there for a gamey taste or anything, but it's all about how the meat is prepared, because you can take away that gamey taste if it's marinated. Some people will marinate their turkey in the refrigerator for a week. Am I saying that's necessary? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Are you getting a good shot of this right here? Of me inspecting this? Are you getting a clear shot in there? Okay. And like I said, you really want to look it over really well. Make sure that it is 100% thawed out. Even though we're not deep frying it in a vat, it still needs to be 100% thawed out. And you can ensure that by doing that, by leaving it out for a day. Some people do it in the refrigerator, but their refrigerator might be too high, or it's kept really cold. Like, I understand the danger zone and things like that, but it still can thaw out room temp in your kitchen if it's just for one fucking day, if you're gonna cook it immediately, okay? So we're gonna continue to wash this. Wash it for at least 10 minutes. Check for feathers and all that good stuff. And you want to make sure, like sometimes there might be guts all up in there. You want to make sure you get up in there and you clean that cavity out if you're looking to stuff it. We're not putting stuffing in here. If you put stuffing in here, it's going to affect the cooking time. It might end up being raw on the inside. Only do that if you know what you're doing. Like that's level 3 type stuff. You still can do it, but monitor what you do before you put that homemade stuffing or that dressing in there that's not even cooked. Just because you've seen a popular recipe on Rachel Ray, stay in your lane. I'm telling you, this ain't checkers. This is chess, baby. Okay, especially this is for Christmas dinner, and I'm not trying to discourage a lot of you people, but experiment. Use different flavors. It don't have to be spicy. Don't have to be Cajun. You could put turkey on the grill. You could put it in the deep fryer. It's whatever you prefer. All right, after washing your turkey, you're gonna pat it dry. Make sure the cavity, trimming off the extra skin. Some people like that extra skin. You could either throw that skin away or give it to your pet. Like I said, butter needs to be used. Here's an example of some seasonings that could be used for the base. I've probably used tons of these in addition with so many others. Could you please zoom into that? Yeah. Could you zoom into the seasoning so they can see that? And pan real quick so they could see an example. These are some of the seasonings that are used because you don't want to have a dry turkey or a turkey that's just bland and that tastes like garbage. Okay? And the Badia seasonings, the mango pepper, it's not hot. It does give a little bit of kick. That's how I was able to make some of these bases in addition with a couple other spices. But when doing this with the hot butter, you want to be very careful. And of course, it has the automatic timer in there, but you always set your own timer. And like I said, a lot of the seasoning is already in this. But you're going to be basting this throughout the 3.5 to 4 hours. Whether it's with additional butter or what may have you. But yeah, the base already has a lot of seasoning in there. The butter does have some saltiness in there. I do tell people to use non-salted butter, or if like you're on a diabetic diet, you might want to watch your salt intake, but we're not. So like I said, we're going to use as much as possible. You don't want to make it too salty. But yeah, as far as this goes right here, you want to make sure you get this in between the wings right here. Honey, are you getting this in the shot? Okay, please do. Don't just hold it in the same spot. Like right here, because it's very important to get it in the crevices. And you can never have too much. And yeah, we're making a mess, but that's okay. We have soap and water. And remember guys, I said you're gonna want to sanitize your whole kitchen sink once again after this. All right. The majority of the time when it's cooking, it's going to be covered because you don't want this to bake off too fast and for it to get black on the outside. That's a no-no. Because then it'll be raw on the inside and then it'll be like mostly petrified on the outside, tasting like hard wood. And you don't want that. That's one good way to ruin Christmas. Have some pride in what you do. Always. And like I said, we're not going to over salt this too much. But then I'm going to hit it probably with some more seasoning after I get this base up on there. Some people be like, oh, I don't really like spicy stuff. This stuff is not spicy. It looks extremely spicy. But it really is not. And of course, I have some down on the bottom, so it does not stick on the bottom. And we don't want that. And there's going to be a pan under this where some people might say, oh, that thing is, the pan that you're using is too small. No, it's not. It isn't. It'll be fine. And it got jalapenos in here. We like jalapenos. We like a little bit of spice in there. You see how I'm very sparingly with this. I might have to pour out some of the juice on while it's cooking in a couple hours. Give it some space. It seems like it's already filled right now, but yeah, we'll do that right now because we don't want it to overflow. Get some of that marinade because it's, like I said, it might overflow, but it's in there. It's in there, you guys. It's in there. All right, and we want to make sure we get a nice seal on that. All right. And it's all fair and leaven war, so we're doing pretty decently with as far as like time of the essence and things like that. Yeah, we already got garlic, onion powder on there. We don't want to put any more chili or anything. But I will, because I didn't put too much of this in the marinade or anything. Hit it with a little bit more of the complete seasoning, not too much. But as far as the other seasonings were used in the marinade. You don't, like I said, you don't want to overdo it too much. You really don't. And if you're saying, oh, I touched the bird, then touch the seasonings, they will be wiped down and sanitized with bleach as well. Okay, because we understand how important, if you're wondering about the black pepper or anything like that, that is already in the marinade. There is pepper flakes already in the marinade, as well as like lemon and citrus undertones of fruit, especially the mango pepper seasoning, and even fresh style. Okay, like not too much, not too much. Okay, we're gonna get this bird ready for the oven. So we're gonna go ahead and get this baby up in there. All right, so it's looking pretty fabulous, looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. And we're gonna check back and do periodic takes all the way through there. Okay, so yeah, it's not, you see up in there, that's the butter, all that good stuff. Seasoned to perfection, not over seasoned, especially on the bottom, so it won't be dry. I didn't have a proper syringe. You guys caught me lacking, but either way, it's gonna be covered the whole duration, so you don't have to worry about it being dry. Usually I would have a syringe, I'd put the base and the butter, inject it in there, in addition to being on top of that, which that's a level up. So, all right, stay tuned. We're gonna check back periodically. I'm about to get this ready for the oven. Alrighty, we're about to go ahead and get this in the oven and start the timer. But yeah, it's good to go. It's good to go. We're gonna get that bad boy in there. It's gonna be good to go. All right. All right, bear with me. So I don't drop the pan. Wouldn't want that to happen or fucking burn myself. Yep, and you guys be careful. Set it to, for a bird this high, make sure it's covered. It should be on at least 400 degrees Fahrenheit. All right. Okay, so let's check it out right now. Here's the finished product. And it didn't go the full 3.5 hours. A bird this size, that's anywhere from like 14 to 15 pounds, cooks anywhere from 2.5 to 4 hours. As you could tell, the indicator popped out when most recently a time checking it and basing it, and you see it has the nice seasoned crust and all the good seasonings and juices right there. That's exactly what you want. You don't want a dry bird or anything like this. And of course you want it to cool off. Some people debone it whenever they go to store it. As far as sides, we're not going to do sides today, but you can do just about anything, especially when it comes to the holidays. Fresh yams, baked macaroni and cheese, collard greens, cornbread stuff, and the list goes on. Okay, but nevertheless, whatever you choose to pair with this, it should highlight the meal, but it has to tie it together. You can't have too many carbs, too many starches, or anything like that. But this alone is the business, all right? But you got to pair it with something. And as time goes on, if you guys continue to tune in, we'll start pulling in, like doing other little dishes as well, like the baked macaroni and cheese, things like that. But yeah, for a 15-pound turkey, a lot of meat is going to come out of this. I'm not going to do the deboning or anything on here, or how to carve it or teach you how to do that. I might say that for a later time, but this is the end product. I just wanted to show you guys that, and like I said, came out pretty well. They never come out the same, especially with seasoning, but I guarantee you it's just as tender and juicy. Look at all those juices right there. And we can attribute this to not stuffing it. On the contrary, what some people would say, oh, I stuffed mine, this and that. And that's why it's raw on the inside. Unless you know what you're doing, don't do it. If you want to explore, okay, explore on your own dollar. But don't go fucking over your family's meal on Christmas. I'll put more information in the description as far as like how to tie things together. But if you have any questions, comments, go ahead and hit me up below. It's been real, but until next time, take care.